Another emblem that's pretty popular, pretty recognisable, but not for much longer. It's Blockbuster. It's become the latest casualty on the high street this week. A quarter of its stores are going to close. More than 700 people are going to be made redundant.
Yeah, some people have said that the chain's demise is a sign of the times, with online rental and streaming services becoming more popular. But is there still a market for video rental on the high street?
Well, one man who thinks so is Al Legge. He used to work for Blockbuster. Just 2 weeks after his store closed, he set up his own firm Inside Film. Welcome.
Yes, that's the one, yeah.
Was it inevitable that Blockbuster should go?
I think it's been an ongoing thing for many years. The internet has massively affected these guys. Not just that, but the sale of things like Amazon and Netflix coming along. You know, it's too many competitors.
But doesn't it make you wonder that if a chain as big as Blockbuster would actually have some power or some capital to also venture into these new areas? So keep the high street storefront, maybe as a loss leader, but develop the technology and keep the brand going. Couldn't it have done that?
It could have. I think Blockbuster, again with H&B as well, you know, they sort of buried their heads in the sand to a certain degree with, you know, the online side of it. Almost ignored it for a good decade, and then, you know, it came about and it just started to overtake, and they just sort of fell behind the times, really.
I mean, you worked in a Blockbuster store for 10 years, didn't
Good 10 years, yeah.
Could you see over that decade, as the rise of the internet gathered speed, could you see that the footfall was falling and that people were not coming in the same volume?
You could see a decline, yeah. I mean, on Saturday night, you know, there'd be a queue to the door, you know, 10 years ago, and that slowly became, you know, sort of gradual trickle of customers through the store. I mean, there's still money to be made, just not to the same degree.
But why did you then think, oh, it'll be a good idea to set up a video shop?
A lot of people ask me this, actually. As I say, there's money to be made. Just not on the same.
How do you survive as a small independent when a big one can't?
And everyone's got satellite television where you can order films, you know, pretty recent films on that through the comfort of your own home without going out to the high street and physically picking up a DVD.
You can download them, and there's 100 different ways to get films now. I mean, Tesco sell them cheap, and you can get them off Amazon for, you know, naff all. But I think the big thing is just, you know, customer service. You know, you can, as long as, you know, a customer can walk in and say, you know, hey, what's good? You know, give them a bit of information on films. You know, we've got massive variety as well, and that really, really helps. So, you know, if you're not too sure what a good film is, you still got that. You can't ask a computer for something good.
But that all depends on you having similar tastes to them, I suppose.
Well, not really. I mean, what I found is, after a while, you get this sort of bond with the customer. You know what they're after. You know, say if you come in, and every week you're getting, you know, you're getting a rom-com or something. I can go, right, you're coming in, let's get a rom, not the stereotype at all.
I was about to say.
Or a good drama, a good gritty drama, maybe. You know, it's really getting to know the customer, getting to know their taste.
But a lot of this also depends on being placed well in a high street that's busy and where there is footfall. And we're seeing that high streets are deteriorating when it comes to volumes of shoppers as well. So that must be tricky.
High streets are definitely, I think, in decline. The internet's massively hit them. Not just the internet, I think massive, you know, supermarket chains as well, undercutting everyone. They seem to be expanding, so they're doing a bit of everything nowadays. So
does this not worry you though? Because you're on the high street, you're dependent. You can't just rely on your regular customers, can you?
Well, I've sort of come in at the end. Well, towards the sort of the heyday of the high street, really. I think I can survive because, you know, I've got low overheads. I mean, Blockbuster never had this. You know, they're a massive company back in the 80s and, you know, early 90s, and they really started to suffer because they've not sort of they've not, you know, shrunk in a way that they should have early on.
So the demand is still there. It's just a case of satisfying it in different ways.
Yeah. It's like these little vinyl shops you see, you know, dotting about. You know, you couldn't have it on a big scale, but you got a little scale. It's viable.
And we treasure those. So good luck, Al. I hope you don't go down the route of Blockbuster and that your specialism
Me too.
carries on. Good luck with business. Thanks very much.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Al.
Cheers.
Well